Good morning, everyone. This is Florida Plant Mama, and I'm gardening in Zone 10A, Central Florida. I've got a few tasks to complete today. First, I want to plant these new trees here. Okay, I've got a pomelo, which I've been looking for quite some time. I finally found her, and she's even got a few fruit on her. I've also got here a Puerto Rican plantain tree. These are going in the food forest today. Additionally, I have this cute little geranium that I have a spot for in the garden. I am going to plant out these lilies. And another one. I've got two types. I've got the stargazer lily and the rain lilies. I'm going to plant those in a specific spot. And I got some onions. What are these? Onion seedlings? I got some onion sprouts, which I plan to put in the strawberry bed, asparagus bed. I'm going to sacrifice just a couple of inches of space within this asparagus bed for my pomelo tree because I think this exposure will be beautiful. We need a little bit something to soften this space and provide a microclimate for my pineapple plants. This bed is a little bit overridden by mint, and that's okay. I just don't want it in the direct space that I'm working, so I will be pulling it up. I just want to clean this up a little bit before I dig up the pomelo because I need a place to put this mulch that I'm going to move. I've heavily mulched, but that has not stopped this dollarweed or this mint. I have a couple of sprigs of asparagus coming back, but actually not nearly as much as I thought I would by this time. But we still have time. We're going to go right here. Let's get this mint out. I don't see any asparagus in the spot that I've chosen, so that's good. I'm not killing anyone. I'm going to go ahead and dig a hole, and I'll come back and show you what it looks like when the hole is complete. The hole is dug, and now we're going to just check and see if I've allowed for enough height for this plant. That looks good. So we'll take her out. I just want to backfill a little bit. We've got her native soil. I've prepared a little mixture of mushroom compost and fertilizer. I'm going to put a little bit of it in the hole and then a little bit on top after I've planted her. So she's got a pretty good root system. She's already been zhuzhed up. I'll just set her in the hole. She's a little bit higher than the ground level just because I'm going to backfill her with mulch. So here we go. She's in, and now to put the soil in around her. It did rain last night, and I think this morning, so the soil is nice and damp, but she's going to get a good drink. I've put down my mushroom compost and fertilizer mix, and now I'm going to cover the plant with mulch. Before I lose all stamina, I'm going to go ahead and get this Puerto Rican plantain plant in place. She's going to go here. Move her aside for just a moment while I dig her hole. go ahead and pop her in the hole. There we go. And then we backfill her with soil. Same as with the other tree. Now this soil, I'm not worried too much about amending because this is the bed that I prepared for the vining plants like the butternut squash and some cucumbers, as well as my Seminole pumpkin. So this was the previous banana circle that's full of nutrients from those bananas being chopped and dropped over the years, as well as the new compost that I laid down when I created this bed for those vining plants. All right, she's in there. I always kind of step on the plant a little bit to make sure that it's in firmly. And now we will water both plants, and I'll give you an up-close view of what it's all looking like. My pomelo tree is all watered in and looks beautiful. The bed has been cleaned up. And the Puerto Rican plantain tree is in. I'm going to put the geranium there for a little pop of color. We do have a black-eyed Susan starting to grow there and some daffodils. But I think this pop of color would be great in this space underneath this Hosu Asian pear tree, whose sister is right beside her. It's funny, one has woken up, but the other has not. But according to the green when I scratch, it's still alive. I'm also going to put some rain lilies in here. And I think I'll try and get a couple of these stargazer lilies in here as well. Of course, we have these dollar weeds here. So I left them an open space to grow in. We want to get these dollar weeds out. I've got a canna lily in here as well that's starting to come back. I love diversity in planting. So I like to stuff a space with many different varieties of plants. Taking off any wilted leaves. There's up her roots and pop her on in. This was a discount plant from the big box store. I love getting these annuals and perennials from the big box store when they're on the clearance rack. Now let's get some of these bulbs in. These lilies are summer blooming, and I'm always looking for things to add color in the summer. That's what it looks like. Figure a few back here will be nice. They bloom in late summer. They like partial shade. This is not exactly a partial shade area, so maybe I won't plant too many of them there. And their height is 6 to 10 inches. Actually, they will get a little bit of shade in this spot back here. Once the foliage from this Asian pear comes up, it'll shade this spot. Okay. I don't think I'll have enough room in here as I thought to put in the stargazer lilies. Those get pretty big. So I will find another location for those. I've placed the geranium, the rain lilies, just a few of them, in this bed. And over here I placed the stargazer lilies. This gets a little bit more shade from this Hosu Asian pear tree. The rest of the rain lilies I've placed here because this gets partial shade. Now to get these onions in. I don't expect these to bulb, but that's okay. As long as they give me greens, it's perfect. But the greens will deter the pests. The experts say that spring and fall are the best times to plant your fruit trees, and I'm inclined to agree. The summers here in Florida are brutal. Why would you want to subject your new fruit tree to the blistering heat of the summer before it's established? As for the fall, I like it okay, except that in Florida, we experience hurricanes. So you run the risk of planting your tree in the fall and having to deal with hurricanes. It's getting a little hot out here. I'm sweating a bit, so that tells me it's time to go in. As always, have a blessed and beautiful day. Thanks for watching. I hope you like, you share, and you subscribe. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think.